Well, March ended up being the biggest income month we've ever seen, and we were able to accomplish a huge financial goal, which honestly came at the perfect time with everything going on. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel we talk about life and money, and today I'm sharing my March 2020 budget report, showing you all of the income that we brought in this month and how we spent or allocated every dollar in our budget. But before we get into it, if you want to get the budget template that I will be using today, you can actually get it on my shop. It's an instant download that you can use in Excel or Google Sheets, and I will have a link to that in the description box down below so you can check it out if you're wanting to pick up this budget template for yourself. So without further ado, let's get into this crazy month of March. I know that it's been going around on the internet that March feels like it's been 60 days long, and I would completely agree. We've been at home for basically the entire month, trying to stay home and stay safe, and we also, our state is on a state mandated stay home order kind of thing, but this can be a really scary financial time for a lot of people, and there's just a lot of uncertainty going around. I'm recording this video on April 2nd, and I will say that as of right now, Jacob and I both have jobs and we're very grateful for that. And we did accomplish a huge financial goal, which takes a lot of burden off of me for that as well. And also we are expecting a baby next month, which is crazy that we're going to have a baby in the midst of a pandemic and economic uncertainty. It's just a crazy time, but I'm trying to remain positive throughout it all, because who would have thought this all happened so quickly? So without further ado, here's a look at our budget for the month of March. So I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out for privacy from our day jobs, but I do show you our additional income. We have my business here on YouTube and everything that I do online. I was planning to take home $3,500 from my business this month, and I ended up taking home $3,400 from my business. So I make more than that each month for my business, but I'm just taking home a portion of that to pay myself each month. So this was a bigger month that I was able to pay myself. I'm wanting to get on a more consistent schedule to kind of pay myself the same sort of salary every month. But for right now, $3,400, and this was a huge addition to being able to accomplish that big goal that I'll be talking about here in this video. The next thing that we have is other income, and you may notice that this part is huge in our budget. So we have a couple things that made up the total of this income. We had a tax refund, we had a state and a federal tax refund, and then we also sold a couch that we had. We recently bought a new sectional because we're gonna have a baby in a couple months, and I was totally expecting that we'd have a bunch of people over and get to have this time with people coming over to meet our baby and stuff, and now it looks like that probably will not be happening. All that to be said though, we bought a new couch, we sold an old couch. So yes, we had a lot of extra income come in this month. So in total for the month of March, we brought home $14,305.57, which we've never brought home this much money ever before in our lives. So once I realized how much money we were bringing home this month, I realized that we could finish the big goal that we were working on that we thought we wouldn't get done until May. So first off, to show you now where we have spent all of this money. So we first have our tithe. So Jacob and I are Christians, and we believe in giving to our church and other organizations. So we gave $13.55 to our local church this month, which is also the most that we've ever been able to give in a month, which is really exciting. The next thing that we have is African New Life. We support 2 kids in Rwanda with African New Life, and that is $78 a month. Next we have is another missions organization that we support, and that's $40 a month. Then we have our mortgage. So our mortgage is $23.9860 as per usual, and that was our normal payment for this month. We are also part of an HOA. This is just a requirement that we have to pay every month for our neighborhood. They take care of all of our lawn maintenance and maintenance around parks and things like that. And again, I always say this every time, but there's also something to be said about having an HOA where no one can park their car in their front yard. So I feel okay that we have to pay for the HOA each month. Next we have is water and sewer, and that is $98.58. It's usually right between $95 to $98. It's been in that fluctuation for the last 6 months. So That's what it was this month. Next we have is natural gas, and this is what we use for heat for our house, and so this was $59.16 this month. Trash we have to pay every other month, so this month we didn't have to pay for it. And then electric, we budgeted 45-ish and it ended up being $44.76. So this is just everything that we have, leaving lights on and all those sorts of things. I know that now that we are working from home, we've been working from home for 3 weeks now, and I don't know when that's going to end. So I do plan on for at least the month of April, maybe the month of May, that we will have a higher natural gas bill as well as a higher electric bill. The next expense this month was internet, and that is $49.95 like usual. Then we have our phones. These are our cell phones, and we pay $117.33. Next we have is our insurance. So this is our car insurance for our 2 cars. We drive a 2006 Honda Pilot and a 2013 Toyota Corolla. So the insurance for both of those vehicles ended up being $128.58. Next we have is life insurance. We have life insurance on both myself and my husband Jacob, and it's a term policy, and that ended up being $52.89 each month. Next we have is groceries, and this is where things get a little funky because of the circumstances that we're in. So our first case of the virus, I live in Portland, Oregon, and our first case was, I think it was like March 1st or like February 29th or something. It was like right at the start of the month. And ever since we had like the first case here, we've been like trying to figure out what's happening, and we've been doing grocery pickup since then. And we've been trying to, I guess, just like stock up on certain things that we at least can. So we ended up spending $465.95 on groceries when we normally spend $300. And a lot of this is also timing. I'm now trying to just do grocery pickup every 2 weeks, whereas before all of this, we used to do it every week. We'd go grocery shopping. So I'm kind of now on like a 2-week schedule. So that being said, I had to do grocery shopping at the end of March, so I'm not going to do it again until like mid-April, but that's why we ended up spending so much on groceries for this month, is because of that 2-week period. So yes, we definitely did go over on that, but we now have like the groceries that we will need for the next 2 weeks, which is great. I don't know about you guys though, but it has been hard to like find all of those essential grocery items like eggs and meat and milk and of course toilet paper, but I think we're gonna be good on toilet paper here for like another couple months. We just opened up like a Costco size one, so hopefully we'll be okay. So $465.95 for groceries. And next we have is eating out. We ate out once this month before everything happened. At the very like start of this, we went out one time, so we spent $28.07, and we're not planning to eat out again until this is like done. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Maybe after I have a baby, who knows. But for right now, yeah, eating out was a lot lower than what we had budgeted for. Gas, we budgeted $150 and we spent $132.47. Gas prices have gone down. We also filled up our cars right before all of this happened, and we've been at home, so we haven't been going anywhere. So we shouldn't have to fill up our cars, I don't think, at all in the month of April. We also didn't have to fill them up as much in the month of March because we were working from home for 2 of those weeks. Next we have is my IRA. We're set up to put $200 a month into my Roth IRA, and we continue to do that this month. Next we have is taxes. So I actually did have to pay some in taxes, and then I also paid my CPA. So we spent $493 on those taxes. Next we have is fun. We had $50 in there for fun. We did not do anything fun. We've been at home for 3 weeks, so yeah, definitely haven't done that. Then miscellaneous, we budgeted $100 and we spent $143.70. I've had a couple friends who have babies due like around the same time as I do, and unfortunately their baby showers were also canceled. Yeah, mine's been canceled, all 3 of them that I had. So I wanted to make sure that I like got them gifts for that, just because I'm in the same position and I like know what they're going through. So I got gifts for their baby showers that were supposed to be like in April and such, so I just ended up purchasing them a little bit earlier. So that's why we were a little bit over on miscellaneous this month. So now it's time to show you our savings goals that we've been working on. And the first one here is our really big goal, and that is our emergency fund. So we had a goal to save $25,000 for an emergency fund to have a little bit more than 6 months of necessary expenses saved up. And I didn't think that we'd have this accomplished until about May, but because we had this additional tax refund and the sale of our couch and things like that, we were able to finish it this month, which feels so great. And it's so interesting because we were finishing it. Like, I realized in our budget, like at the beginning of March, that we were going to make it happen this month. And then all of this stuff happened. Whereas in like the last couple of weeks, like I know so many people have lost their jobs and are just facing a really trying time of financial uncertainty. So I am really grateful that we were able to finish our emergency fund this month. It was definitely like perfect timing for us, of like a huge sense of relief. So we were able to put $6,206.84 to our emergency fund. It also earned $16.11 of interest. We have it in a high yield savings account, which now gets, I think, 1.5% interest. So definitely not much, but it's something. So our ending balance for our emergency fund is now the full $25,000, which feels really good. And honestly, during this trying time, I kind of want to increase it a little bit more. We'll see what we want to do. Right now, we're also just saving for baby-related expenses. That's our next like big goal. So I don't think we're going to be spending all of the money on baby expenses. So we may decide to just save it for more towards our emergency fund. So we'll have to see what happens. But okay, the next thing is Jacob. Jacob gets $100 of personal spending money. So he also spent $84.34. So his balance is now $155.80. I also get $100 of personal spending money, and I like that we put it in our savings items section down here because we can decide if we want to save it or spend it that month. So I spent $116.31 of my own money, and we ended up with $279.24. Next, we have is extra giving. We put $50 a month into an extra giving fund, and this allows us to be able to say yes to additional giving opportunities if they come up. And so we've just been saving that to the side, and we now have $180.40 there. We also have a vacation line item here, but we've not been saving for vacation. We were not planning to go anywhere. Actually, we were planning to go on a baby moon in the month of March, but it was just going to be like a little local getaway, and it was like actually a trip that I had won, and so it was going to be like all paid for. So unfortunately, we weren't able to do that anyway. But anyway, we don't have any sort of vacation that we're planning for because we're having a baby next month. So the next thing that we have is Christmas. We are saving $50 a month towards Christmas, and that way we'll have money set aside ready to go when December rolls around. So right now we have $150 set in our Christmas budget. We also use a credit card for all of our regular spending, and we pay it off responsibly and use it responsibly and pay it off every single month. And with that, we get cash back from the credit card, and I use that cash back at the end of the year to be able to add to our Christmas fund. So we should get another like $350, $400 from that as well. Next we have is car maintenance. We put $75 into the car maintenance fund, and so that now has $76.39. And then we have a house maintenance fund, and so we put $100 into that, and it now has $219.99. We put $1,450 into the household fund this month because we bought that sectional sofa like I talked about earlier. So we definitely spent all of the money that we put into it, and I just put in the amount that I knew we'd be spending on the sectional. So that account is now basically down to zero, which also I'm really grateful for, that we were able to still purchase that sectional and finish the emergency fund this month. I thought that purchasing the sectional would delay the emergency fund, but it just ended up working out really well for us. So the next line item that I have is kind of where like all of our extra money is going right now, and that is to our baby fund. So we're saving up for baby related expenses as we have baby due next month. So like I talked about, all of my baby showers have been canceled. There still have been some people who have sent us gifts, which is super sweet that they would want to still do that even though we aren't having a shower. But I also know now that like we're going to have to purchase more things. A lot of people walk away from baby showers with like all the things that they need for baby stuff, and I just know that we're not having one, so that's not really going to be the case. So we're going to have to purchase a lot of those things ourselves. But also during this time, I've learned that Like, I guess you don't need that much stuff when it comes to having a baby. So my goal is just to really get the basic necessities at this point, especially in these like just crazy trying times. So we are just saving up for those little bits of things. We also have a health savings account, and that will cover all of our medical costs for baby, for labor and delivery and everything. So we're good to go on that. So right now we had budgeted to put $320.01 to the baby fund, and we actually put $166.23 to the baby fund. It's just because we ended up spending more on regular expenses than we initially anticipated. Basically, we spent more on groceries, so this amount had to be a little bit lower in the baby fund to be able to make this a zero-based budget. So we spent $126.92 on baby-related things this month, which brings our fund total to $42.97. So as you can see, the total money that we've spent equals the income that we brought in this month, and that means that we have a true zero-based budget. So now to show you guys our net worth update that we've been tracking. Your net worth is everything that you own minus everything that you owe, which are your assets and your liabilities. So the first thing that we have listed in our net worth is our retirement. We put almost $700 into retirement accounts this month, which consist of our 401k, a 403b, and a Roth IRA. And we had a decrease of $2,400 and a loss of $3,100. And it's even like a greater loss because we put money into it and still saw it go down. So yeah, definitely not a great month for the stock market, as I'm sure you guys have seen. But we're still planning to invest over the long haul, so I'm not like panicked by the fact that we saw this major decrease in our investments. So I'm just still gonna let it sit there and do its thing. Next we have is our house. So this month we began the month with our house valued at about $437,000, and the Zillow value of it now says that it's $433,000, which I don't know how much you want to trust Zillow, but there you go. And that's what I'm at least using to track the value of our house. And so it showed a decrease of $4,000. Next we have is our emergency fund, which you guys saw we now have at $25, so that was an increase of over $6,200. And then we have just whatever extra cash we have in sinking funds. We now have $1,100 of that sitting there. Robinhood is an investing app that I have where I've just purchased single stocks, just more for fun, definitely for fun right now. And I actually bought an additional stock this month. So we started the month with $700 in that, and it went to $735 by the end of the month. And that's basically because I bought an additional stock, and the stock that I bought was even worth more than $35. So again, the whole market has seen a big decrease this month. So if you're wanting to get started with Robinhood, I actually have a referral link where you can get a free stock with my link. I will have that in the description box down below if you want to check it out and get a free stock. The next line item that we have is our HSA, our health savings account. So we started the month with over $7,400 in the account, and we ended it with $7,021. So we ended up spending $380 in our HSA this month on a Owlet baby monitor sock, as well as a breast pump upgrade. So my insurance covers $120 worth of a breast pump, and the breast pump that I wanted was $200, so I had to pay an $80 fee, but I was able to use our HSA to cover that, which is great. The next thing that we have is our cars, which have remained at the same value of a little over $12,000. And then I include my ring in that, which I'm actually not wearing right now because my skin's been so dry and irritated. So that is $6,000. So our total assets are $522,636. And the only liability that we have is our mortgage balance, which this month ended at a little over $403,000. So our total net worth was $119,000. Our net worth only went up by $428, even though we were able to have such a high income month. The market definitely did not help us. So that is a look at my net worth update, as well as our budget update for the month of March 2020. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget, if you want to get this budget template, you can check it out on my shop. I will have a link to that in the description box down below. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.